Yes, very good morning, ma'am. How are you
How are
doing?
you doing? I am great, Sarah. How are you doing?
Yes, I am doing perfectly well. I'm energetic and excited for the session.
That's wonderful, Sarah. Same here. I feel happy to have you here and welcome to EnglishYaari.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yes. So how was your day? How did your day start till now? What was it? You can let me know about it.
Yeah, so I've started my day with a little bit of exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that, worship the way I do every day. And then till now, I have taken one session.
And yes, before we start the session, I would like to give you a nice compliment because you do look like Jay Madan somewhere. You know who Jay Madan is, right?
Uh, I'm not entirely sure about.
Yeah, Jay Madan. I don't know if you follow all this. What do I say? The Vastu tips and all. She's a very famous Instagram post, and she's got a lot of lovely posts with Jay Madan. Like she gives a lot of tips on what good vibes bring or how to go about with everything. So that's a very nice thing, and I give you a compliment. You can just check out her post or Instamarts.
Ah,
Sorry, not Instamart, Instagram post. Yes.
thank you so much for your lovely compliment.
And when I was you remind me of my days when I was in college, or maybe immediately I was the same personality. I used to love meeting people, talking to people, but then slowly as life moves on, you do mellow down a little.
Yeah.
That is also there. A lot of things, teachers, a lot of different things come up in life, and we do mellow down. But yeah, still that vibrancy and speaking. If I get somebody to talk to, I love doing that. That's why maybe I'm a teacher or a trainer. I would say that. So
Yeah.
yes, wonderful. So you're from Dehradun. You've done your BTech, is what you said. That was not
Be it and amit.
B.Ed and M.Ed. Okay,
Yeah.
both children. Oh, that's wonderful. So you love dealing with students, and what is your main subject or forte that you like to teach on?
It's altogether a different story, actually, ma'am. Whatever degrees I have just, taken, it was all mathematics, computers, but now I am literally into English. This is the only thing which I want to learn and I want to share my experience, English. If
What
it
made you jump into that? Sorry to interrupt you. What made you jump into that decision of changing your field?
Okay, and I guess, ma'am, a lot of people have the very same story. And what's that story? In Corona pandemic, we all got locked when we were not having anything to do with life. And that time, we all got chance to connect globally. And then we started learning this language. So same event with me. And I
Yeah.
just stumbled upon a video, and it was in English. But I really like the way that priest was speaking. But that was the first time I heard something in English because before that, I hated English. So once I stumbled upon that video, I liked and I thought, if I can understand, can't I speak? And I started speaking. Then I started practicing. So I actually started my English journey from scratch, from zero.
Oh, that is wonderful. See how well you present your answers, and you're very, very good at it. And yeah, you are trying to use the best of the phrases or the tone that is required. Everything is well balanced, and that's I'm very proud to have you as my student today. So yes, we have a lot of topics to go on, and you want me to introduce myself, or is it?
Yeah, yeah. Please do introduce yourself.
Okay, I don't know if you've gone through my profile because I think yours was a last minute booking, if I'm right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So, to say about me, I would say hello once again, Sarah. I'm Jayshree Hitesh, and I am from Kerala. Speaking about my career in this field, it's been 12 years I've been into this field. As you say, life takes us somewhere else from somewhere else. So, sharing a bit of my history, I was into airlines, and I also was getting into that during my college. After college, immediately I completed my diploma in travel and tourism. Mains was economics. So from where and where I reach, I don't know. And then I got married, so I had a gap, a lot of long gap. So after that, airlines was just vanished, like when you're with your kids and when you're into the daily routines. So I became a complete homemaker after some time after getting married. And then after 17 years, I again joined as a teacher and a trainer. And that's my journey. So I started off a bit late as a teacher and a trainer, but 12 years now, I would say, is my journey and experience, and wonderful to meet different people. This is a real platform where, as you said, socializing, meeting people, and even in airlines, that was the thing. So both are somewhere connected. So this was the best next option after that. So
Yeah.
I preferred this, and I used to take tuition even when I was in school. Also, I used to have students coming home and taking, helping them, without any fees or anything. That time I used to do like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, that's my journey right now. Reading and traveling are two things I really enjoy. And
Oh.
give me a comic book anytime, I'll still read it. I enjoy those things.
Wow.
Yes,
It always good to just keep your inner child alive, whether
yes.
it's comics or dance. Yeah.
Yes, that reminds me of my parents, maybe, or my mom, how she put me into the habit of reading, and my dad especially, because he never used to sleep. There were no phones in our time when we were very small.
Uh-huh.
So that was the experience that dad used to always read before sleeping. And I developed that habit of reading, but magazines, storybooks, Reader's Digest, those were the wonderful books we used to get that time. So reading gives us the patience, the thing that word by word we read and we get into the books, and how it takes away ourselves, and we are into another realm, like, completely outside.
Yeah.
Well, so Sarah, since you are really interested in reading and all that, tell me some good, interesting piece of news you just really read or enjoyed reading.
Um, okay, ma'am, the genre with which I started my reading journey was self-help books. And in Corona pandemic only I've started. So the first book which I picked, literally, it was all Greek to me. I could not understand whatever was written there. So the power of subconscious mind, the book I guess I picked a couple of years back. That time my reading habit was not developed at all, and then gradually I developed my habit, and then I came across a lot of interesting books. So the first book I would mention here, which actually changed my life in one or other way, is 11 Rules for Life by Chetan Bhagat.
Okay.
So yeah, a self-help book again. But when I read that, I just felt that this book is actually making me stop reading and stand and take action. So it was just igniting that fire inside me. So that book is the one, and second one is You Can Win by Shiv Khera. Most of the time, I just suggest and mention these books. And the one book which I'm reading nowadays is just amazing, which is touching all the areas of life, is Unposted Letters by Matra.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
unposted letters. That's a good
letters
idea.
by
To be
Matra.
very honest, I love reading, but with the routines and everything, I'm right. Reading books has become an impossible thing right now for me, because it's been a long time since I caught a book at full attention. That what I used to read earlier, I used
Yeah.
to be enjoying a lot of novels and this thing, but after kids and family life, and it became so much, but still I used to read. But yeah, I used to get magazines, but now I am updated with everything that
Uh-huh.
goes on, because I don't get enough time to have just a me time to do a reading as such. To be very
Yeah.
honest, as you have a lot of multitasking work to do and complete the chores at the same time you're working, so both
Mhm.
the ways it's quite difficult to manage. Being
You're
a
right.
homemaker at the same time, being a tutor and a trainer, it's like I
Oh.
have to manage my time.
When
So
we when we move forward in life, that we have a lot of responsibilities, I guess. So this is the thing. I'm not saying I've moved a lot in life. It's still like I'm here, but um, there are, time comes when we don't get time to do the things which we really love to do. So
yes,
earlier I used to read. I would read for 2 hours, and literally I love just losing myself there. I would literally lost in books. Now I am not getting time
it
at
is
all.
very difficult. Either you go traveling and then just do nothing and sit and read. But when
Yeah.
I travel, I prefer going to different places. Maybe in India, I've not been abroad, but I love going to different places in our country, new ventures. And then there, I feel like exploring everything. I don't want to miss anything, any place.
Yeah.
So the itinerary is well planned, so you hardly get time to read when you're traveling also.
Yeah.
So, and since after Corona, the travel has also reduced quite a lot, because I started joining online classes. So
Mhm.
yeah, so online classes means somewhere uh, and yeah, speaking about now being a bit free, I'm getting a little bit more me time because my kids have already gone. They are staying in Bangalore, and so the emptiness syndrome is always there.
Uh-huh.
That is how it's.
Sometimes I just think, right now I am not married, but once I will just get into it, definitely responsibilities will be there.
It is a thing that it is a responsibility we take. We can find time. It's not that we can't time, but in our time when
Mhm.
I got married, that was quite say 28, 29 years ago. So that time we were in a joint family system, a lot of responsibilities. So that did bring changes. But reading, I never left. And teaching my children and being connected with the books was always what I liked. So I have inculcated that habit in them. They also enjoy reading now. But now the post and this and Insta things have increased a lot. Do you teach right now, or I mean, are you working for some school or something, or a
Okay,
professor?
I started my teaching journey in 2012. In 2012, just after completing my this 12th standard, I started teaching. So I started both teaching in schools at the same time. I started my own coaching. So
Okay.
now I can say I have decades of experience in teaching field, and
Yes.
yeah, so teaching is, I just love it. I just, shaping children, shaping students. It's been quite long. So if it comes to teaching academic subjects, it's more than I can say a decade. But if it comes to English, yes, I have started sharing my journey where I actually teach English as well. Yes, still I'm a learner, but I do teach. I share my experience, whatever, how I have done it. It's been, you can say, 2.5 or 3 years I have been to this journey as well, teaching English. And one more thing I have noticed, there are a lot of people, I don't call them learners, but yeah, we are just sharing our journeys with each other. So the people who are quite, who are married, they are hardly getting time to read, to write. And then I
Yeah.
think, oh my god, is it gonna happen same with me? I'm not gonna get time. So what I'm
No,
doing.
it's not that. The new generation, it's not that. You see, we were like, okay, the lady has to cook. And in our time, it was when we got married, it was a different opinion here, I would say.
Yeah.
Because when we got married, the thought process was a little different. We had to, sometimes we had to sacrifice for our family. But nowadays, even we being modern mother in laws, even maybe in future, say 2, 3 years, my son might get married. I also might be a mother in law. So the thought process will be different. I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter-in-law to just sit at home and cook, not at all.
Right.
So the only thing is we have to
Mhm.
be adjusting. Like my son is well taught with all the daily chores. He can manage his own house. Both my kids, be it my daughter or my son, they are both living together now and handling themselves very well. So she's also working. He's working. So sometimes he gets the groceries. Sometimes he sweeps the floor. Sometimes she sweeps the floor or mops the floor. So that adjustment has been there. But during my time, when I got married, it was not like that. It was only women who had to do, and men used to earn. But slowly, slowly, when I shifted to a separate and started my training journey, I had trained even my husband a little bit, though he was a completely a person who had never done much of household. But when we got separated, the ideas changed. He understood, okay, even I'm working, so somewhere he helps me with utensils or drying up clothes. That's all he knows, and he cooks doshas if I'm not there. He manages his food and keeps the house clean when I'm not there. So that
Mhm.
is more important because he's not been taught and trained like that.
Right.
It takes time to change a person, but he has helped and stood by that. So I could start my journey well without much of tensions But yeah, everything he will not know, say cleaning off the refrigerator or something, but that my son can do. So that gender thought is changing now in India. With
Right.
your generation, I don't think you will have to give up your career for anything if you have back end support.
You're right. And I just understood this idea because recently one of my cousins is gonna marry and is gonna marry. So
Get married. Yeah, she's gonna
yeah,
get married.
yeah, she's about to.
Yeah,
So
get that word was missing there.
yeah, yeah. So what happened? She just told me that my mother-in-law, she doesn't want me to leave job. I said, seriously? But I used to hear something different earlier, that they want you to leave job and just,
No, no, no.
you know, stay at home.
You should not agree to such a alliance where
Yeah,
you are not going to have your own identity.
yeah,
Why should you ask anyone whether you need to work or not? First of
yeah.
all, you should be able to take your own decision. That is partnership. where
Yes.
your decisions are respected, your thoughts are respected. At the same time, you see, I don't say feminism and janda gad ke. That is not the policy that I teach my daughter. Also, I feel,
Yes.
yeah, feminism is not only about ke chalo, we don't have to respect the others and we just have to say, okay, I will not do this because I'm a female. No, like in Vikram Sarabhai, there's a serial which is very famous where Satish Shah was just recently, we lost him, a great actor. He always says, मैं मर्द हूँ, मैं ये नहीं करता, मैं वो नहीं करता. So same way, I don't say we are feminist. I'm a female. You are making me act like a servant because I just clean my house. No,
Yeah.
it is your house. You need to maintain it equally. It is
Yeah.
your abode, you know. So girls have to do the household chores and the our work, but yeah, equal work. Like today, if you are not there, your husband should be able to cook and prepare a meal for you or a bread toast for you, something which can be manageable. And even with kids, I've seen many students come here. Today morning, I would share an experience. A person was there. He said, "Ma'am, I work in the IT field, so I want to improve my English." And that was what he was telling. At the same time, he said, "But ma'am, I'm not being able to read," because I asked him, "What do you read?" and all that. Because I just thought that he needs that reading, because that's what I found out. So he said, "Ma'am, I don't get time to read because my kid is very small and 2 years. So when
Uh-huh.
he wakes up or she wakes something," he said, "and I have to be there. So I hardly get time." So that is what I found out, that he is taking care of the kid. Maybe his wife might be working. So I could just guess it, but it was a good guess. And that is a difference in generation.
Hmm.
See, so you are lucky, you are in a new millennia. You are lucky that way you can face your in laws also, that, yes, I will work.
Yes.
And just find a person who agrees to your things also and respects you. And we also have to respect their household. Yeah, some culture is there where they have certain things, some culture which we have. So it should be vice versa, not one side.
Mhm.
But in India, many are.
Yeah.
What do you say? Let's have a small talk on that. In India, still a lot has to change with these type of mindsets. What do you say
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah, I would say, as a literacy, that literacy needs to come into the picture. That we
You,
have
I
to
tell
change
you, I
people.
disagree here somewhere, Sarah. I've seen educated people also treating their wives so well versed and so
Uh,
smart, diligent.
Literally not in this sense. I'm saying literacy in this on this subject. Like talking
Okay.
about this subject because yeah,
Marital literacy. We can say marital literacy.
marital literacy, right? This is the right key you have given me. So if it
Yeah.
comes to, yeah, you said very right. The quite educational people are doing the same thing, which we are not even expecting from them. But literacy and just sitting and talking about this. And a same thing I'll tell you when it comes to feminism. Now people have started seeing feminism in a different way. I don't call it a very negative term. People are literally becoming quite judgmental on it, and this is what I just sometimes get this compliment. You are being a quite a feminist. I say seriously, I even do you even know the definition of feminism? So yeah, this is something you said, right, ma'am. So this is the only thing I would say. Marital, you have given the key. Marital literacy needs to be there.
Oh, it's wonderful that you've said all those things and presented your points. Yes, we don't have marriage literacy. Children are not taught what is important in life, how to deal with situations. Okay, what are the few topics as a teacher you would like to teach your students, or you feel we are missing out in India?
Here, okay, I would just take the very real life example, which is which I just teach my students most of the time. I just bring their attention. So because everyone has a lot on their plates because we are bombarded with a lot of knowledge. Same goes with the students. They are bombarded with a lot of academic studies, I can say. So students know very well they are missing meta learning. So meta learning is all about learning how to learn. So what I do is, if I'm just sitting and I think, okay, this student is not able to focus, so most of the time I just try to go back that what's wrong with you. So learning how to learn, it can be anything. Financial literacy, it can be marital literacy, as you have said, there are a lot of literacies. So are you good at learning how to learn? So once you start learning how to learn a concept, once you become good at it, then you become good at it. So
Yeah.
that's what I am trying to do. I'm just trying to make them aware, first be aware of the subject, and then start learning that.
Yeah, this is subjective because it depends on each student what they lack or where they need to see. Some people, like for example, if you have a student of batch of 10 standard and 10 students are there, in some houses the exposure will be different. Like in my house, we used to be very open about all the topics. There was nothing that we needed to hide. Yeah, there is a line of barrier where parents can speak to a child about, say, certain things like sexual abuse and all. That time it was like taboo, but yes, we used to discuss it that time also. Now the schools have
Mhm.
opened up all those things. They have started discussing these things very openly with the children, and everything is going fine now. Like good touch, bad touch is openly taught in schools. Maybe the vices of phones, vices of preschoolers learn all those things. Talking, not talking to strangers, not accepting things from strangers is also taught. Like I have a student who comes regularly to my house. Every day he comes. He's been coming since Feb or something last year, and this academic year again so I said, so there's another student who is always hungry, and he said, ma'am, what do you have to eat? Why will I take a tuition? So I give him something, whatever snacks I have, because he
Okay.
eats. He is in seventh standard, but he's a foodie. So when he
Yeah.
eats, he enjoy writing his essays. So when he
Right.
give him a notice writing, he wants something to eat and munch. So I said, how do you manage in your exams for 2 hours? He said, I sip on water. So I said, you do one thing, you just hang a sipper in your mouth and always go on sipping it. And then you'll be putting your thinking cap on. So
Yes.
this fellow says, no, I don't usually like to ask people for food, or I don't have food very fast from other places. He was
Yeah.
very blunt in it. But that point struck me that he's not wrong. He's taught well not to eat from strangers. But I said, see, you should not eat from strangers. You are coming to my house. Your granny is coming. Your granny is having from my house. She likes the masala tea I have. So I said, so you should see and have it, but be careful. So he's well taught. What you teach children, like monetary skills, maybe how to management of money, is one important topic we are never taught at school.
Yeah.
Second thing is also about the traits or behavioral patterns of different people, where they have to accept life can throw us at any stretch. So
Mhm.
how to have the patience to deal, that is also not taught in schools.
Yes.
Emotional well-being is not taught in school. That's why we see a lot of cases of depression now. In our time and all, one finish, ho gaya, depression is all gone. That is not right now. It is
Hmm.
not acceptable, and yeah, so that is one thing.
And then also it depends on student to student. If we talk about maybe till sixth or seventh standard students, most of the time I just do the same thing with them. I think, what are you lacking this time? What are you lacking? Just tell me which area. Are you feeling hungry? Are you upset today? What happened? I just try for 2 minutes to 5 minutes. I just try to find that issue.
Discuss them.
I
Yeah.
fix, then I say it's okay, let's continue now. So there is one girl in my coaching, she always needs motivation, external motivation.
She might be a sensitive child. That is
Yeah,
possible.
you're so right, ma'am. She's so sensitive child actually. She always needs this
Very
extra
difficult.
motivation.
Sensitive people, one word you utter by mistake, it will be like stuck in their head, and lifelong you'll have to listen. This is what I've experienced. I know that.
You are so
Sensitiveness, we
right.
don't realize. See, we are mothers, but
Yeah.
being a mother, so with my daughter, I have to be like, she's sensitive, but now I try to make her strong and overcome. She's very independent and strong, but if I say something, that strikes a chord with her. So I have
Yeah.
to be very careful. Then I started realizing, okay, as a mother, I think she wants more attention from me. Otherwise, she's completely fine with others and all. But if it is me and if I say something, it will be like a chaos. So I
Yeah.
have learned. So we are also mothers. We are not trained mothers. We
Yes.
train ourselves as the experience.
Yeah.
So, right, Sarah, it's a wonderful thing to have spoken to you with such offbeat topics. Great phrases, the vocabulary and the presentation was wonderful. Very
Thank
happy to have you. Thank you, Sarah. Have a wonderful day.
you. Okay, ma'am. Welcome. You too.